Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today I thought I'd make a video on my current motor setup for my kayak. I believe that this setup I have is the easiest and cheapest way to mount and set up a trolling motor for your kayak. So let me show you what I got. All right, so here it is. Basically you can see that there is a plank of wood drilled into the kayak, which may seem a little odd, but it's actually very sturdy considering that this is just plastic. But basically I have screws going into the kind of the strongest, sturdiest part of the kayak on each side, connecting that plank. I did paint it black just to make it look a little bit better. But basically you'll just need a sturdy plank of wood, and then obviously you'll need the battery itself. Right here I have a Minn Kota power center. It's basically like a little trolling motor battery case that also tells you the battery level if you just hold this button here. And it's got a couple other accessory ports and stuff like that on it as well, which I haven't really used, but this is definitely something that you'll want to invest in if you have a motor on your kayak. But what you'll want to do with the plank of wood is you'll want to make sure it's long enough to where the motor will clamp on and it'll still have enough room to go down without the propeller hitting against the kayak. That's something that's pretty important. And just to make it look symmetrical, I kind of had it stick out evenly on each side just by doing some simple measurements. And then once you get that squared away, I recommend painting it. It makes it look a lot better than just that plain wood color. I did also want to mention, if you have one of those kayaks with the detachable seat, that you want to make sure that it sits properly and that the plank of wood doesn't interfere with it leaning back all the way. So let me show you how mine looks. All right, well, as you can see, my seat can lean back all the way. The plank does not interfere with how far back it can go, but it's also at a good position to where I can easily reach this motor. So, you know, once I have it unfolded, you'll basically be able to reach that handle and steer pretty easily, as that handle will be pretty much directly to my right where I'm sitting. All right, so here's the battery. I just put it in and put the bungee cords around it. Depending on your kayak, you may have some sort of storage in the back with bungee cords. This is just kind of what I do to make sure it doesn't move around. But it's directly behind the seat to where I can easily just take these clamps, which are from the trolling motor, clamp them on there, and it's ready to go. So I haven't got around to it yet, but I would recommend taking these clamps off and changing them out for something else that's a little bit more secure, because these can come off pretty easily. I just have not gotten around to it yet. All right, so this is the motor setup, fully ready to go right here. This is it. This is a very simple setup, but as you can see from my videos, it's definitely done the job. You know, some of these guys have really expensive and complicated setups, which is really cool. But at the end of the day, whatever catches fish is really what matters. And don't forget, you'll also need a smart charger for your 12-volt battery. I would recommend getting a smart charger off of Amazon, just because it tells you the life of the battery as it's charging. So that way you can unplug it and not overcharge the battery. They're not very expensive, but it'll be essential for charging your battery to go back out on the water, obviously. Remember guys, you don't need an expensive or complicated setup to be successful on the water. I've used that one for quite a few months now, and it's been pretty productive for me. You can always upgrade your battery if you want a longer battery life and longer time on the water. But mine, I think right now, is 35 amp hours. You can always upgrade depending on the power of your trolling motor as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you guys next time. And remember, there's always time for one more cast.